Hi, third grade. It's Mrs. D'Amico here, and I'm ready to go over with you our Foundations lesson for today, which is Unit 1, Week 2, Day 2. All right, so let's get started with drill sounds warm up. Get ready to repeat after me. A apple a. E ed eh. I itch I. O octopus ah. U up Now here's our new one from yesterday, remember? A squash ah. A wash ah. X fox x. Q u queen qu. TCH catch ch. And CK sock k. Very good. Okay, third grade. Next, I want to introduce to you our word of the day today. I already built it, so look on your screen and let's tap it together. Remember though, this when it follows a W, changes its sound to ah. So when we're tapping, make sure you change this to that a squash ah sound. All right, let's tap it. W ah ch. Watch. Think of a sentence using that word watch. Maybe you're thinking, I looked at my watch to tell the time. Or you could say, could also be, besides a noun, a thing, it could also be a verb, something that you do. Like, I want to watch my favorite show, right? Okay, so we already talked about how the vowel in this word has that ah sound. But is it still a closed syllable? Yes, it is, because the one vowel is closed in by our trigraph. Now remember, we use the trigraph TCH catch ch when it follows a short vowel. And this is still, that ah sound is a short vowel sound. So that's why you put the TCH instead of the CH. Right, good. Okay, I went ahead and built another new word on there. So let's go ahead and tap that one together too. And remember, this A says ah after the W and after QU. So let's try to tap that one. Ready? Go. S, qu, ah, t. Squat. Sometimes you have to squat down as a part of an exercise to strengthen your leg muscles, right? That word is squat. Very good. The next word that I built for you, also look at the A, it follows the W, so it's not going to say ah. Okay, let's tap. Go. S, w, ah, t. Swat. You could swat at a bee that's flying in your face, right? SWAT. Nice work. Okay, and here's my last word that is on here. Remember, this was a glued sound that we talked about yesterday. So let's tap it. Go. St, all, stall. You want to make sure you lock the door on the stall when you use the restroom. Very good. Okay, third grade, I went ahead and put our word of the day, watch, back up on the screen. So if you have your student notebooks at home, you're going to flip to the vocabulary section in the back and find the W section to add our new word of the day, watch. If you're looking in your notebook, we should be on page 81 with the first W there. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and show you how to mark this up because it's a little bit different. Okay, you already know that we have this trigraph at the end, and the trigraph TCH gets one underlined. Okay, but this isn't going to get a brief because it's not a short ah sound, right? This makes the ah sound. So watch the symbol that you're going to use to mark it when it says ah. You're going to put a little O with a little dot above it. Okay. That's the symbol that goes above it to mark when it says a squash ah or a wash ah. And then the last thing you're going to do is scoop the word watch, and it is still considered a closed syllable. All right, so on page 81, your word should look let me hold it up for you like this. Okay, pause the video if you need to get the word done. And then we will add our sentence underneath of it. Okay, the sentence that we are going to add for our word of the day, watch, on page 81 in your student notebook is, I want to watch my favorite show. Okay, I want to watch my favorite show. Now I'm going to go ahead and hold up my book in the camera so that you can see it and check your words. Okay, try to straighten it out for you. I want to watch my favorite show. Notice I started with a capital. That pronoun I is actually always capitalized. And I put a period at the end. And I went ahead and scooped my sentences into meaningful phrases. Because if I were to read this naturally, I would say, I went to watch my favorite show. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and pause the video so that you can get this down into your student notebook, that would be a great idea. Hit play when you're ready to continue. Okay, now we're going to talk about some other glued sounds that you've learned in the past. Remember, some words are easier to read when you glue some of the sounds together, like all that we did yesterday. The other glued sound is am. Repeat after me. Am, ham, am. The other one is an. Repeat after me. An, fan, an. Very good. Okay, here I built a word using one of our glued sounds, am. Now remember when we tap it, you're to use 2 fingers for that glued sound. All right, let's try. S, t, am, p, stamp. Very good. Okay, here's another word using a glued sound. This one is an. So when we tap an, remember use 2 fingers. Here we go. P, and, t, pant. Like a dog may pant if it's thirsty. Now we're going to review the 8 other glued sounds that you have learned in the past. The difference between these glued sounds and these glued sounds are these ones have 3 letters in each one. So if you see a word using these glued sounds, you use 3 fingers glued together when you tap. Okay, I kind of have to use my cheat sheet for these ones because I don't have these phrases memorized like you probably do if you've had these in the past. But repeat after me and let's practice. Ang, fang, ang. Ank, bank, ank. Ing, ring, ing. Ink, pink, ink. Ong, song, ong. Onk, honk, onk. Ung, lung, ung. And unk, junk, unk. Okay, here I have a word built using one of those glued sounds. Now, again, since it has 3 letters, when you tap, you're going to glue 3 fingers together to tap it. Ready? Go. P, ink, pink. Nice work. Okay, let's try this next word together. Ready? S, t, r, ing, string. That was hard. St, ing, string, and I'm trying to use those 3 fingers down together. Very good. Okay, try this one. This one actually isn't a lot of tapping, is it? It's just thank, thank. Okay, here's one more word. Let's tap that one together. Ready? Go. Sang, sang. Now I'd like to review with you how to mark glued sounds when they appear in words. So if your word was onk, honk, you would write HONK, and then you would box in the glued sound. Or if your word was and land, again, you would box in the glued sound. Okay? Okay, if you're at home, I'd like you to think about the word blink. Say it. Blink. Let's tap it. B-O-ink. Blink. And notice for that one, it is okay to do B-O and then recycle that middle finger for ink because it's a 3-letter glued sound. Okay? For blink, how would you spell that? Maybe write it down on a piece of paper and then check back and see if you are correct. All right, let's see how you did. Check up above. Did you spell it B-L-I-N-K? Blink. If you did, way to go. Now that we've reviewed a lot of the welded or glued sounds, you're going to turn in your student notebook to page 5 in the sound section. And this is a good review for like all, ball, all, and, fan, and, am, ham, am, and then all of these other ones that we reviewed today. So take a moment at home to just shade those in to prove that we've gone over them in Level 3 Foundations. Again, that is on page 5. To conclude our Foundations lesson today, we went ahead and I gave my students a packet with our new lowercase loop letters that we've been learning. This is our lowercase b. So if you're at home, I would watch this video and take some paper at home and practice your cursive lowercase b. Let's watch.
B is a loop letter. It starts on the grass line. Point to the grass line. Glide up to the skyline. Loop back down to the grass line. Make a big belly and make a swinging bridge.
Okay, so you can practice lowercase b. Also, the other loop letter we talked about this week was lowercase f. Okay, so again, let's watch the video to review how to create lowercase f, and then you can practice that cursive letter at home.
F is a loop letter. It starts on the grass line. Point to the grass line. Glide up to the skyline. Loop back all the way down to the worm line. Loop back up to the grass line and make a tail.
And lastly, our last loop letter is the lowercase letter K. So let's watch.
K is a loop letter. It starts on the grass line. Point to the grass line. Glide up to the skyline. Loop back down to the grass line. Trace up to the plane line and make a little belly. Go back to the grass line and make a tail.
All right, 3rd grade, that is all that we did in Foundations today. Good work, and I'll see you again next time.